In coronavirus cases on this Sunday, the warning from the Colorado Health Department as the country waits for a vaccine to get approved.
Plus, businesses on the rebound and eager for customers. The service giving struggling businesses a boost.
It's a huge deal, and we are so grateful to the community for embracing this.
Plus, a tribute on the field, how a Broncos player is honoring a special group this game day. Good morning, I'm Katie LaSalle, and welcome to Denver7 News.
I'm Eric Lufer. You're waking up with us on what's tracking to be a beautiful Sunday, Katie. Unfortunately, we kind of need the moisture, but we'll take this nice weather when we get it.
Yeah, I'm okay with the sunshine and a high near 60 degrees, but yes, we could absolutely use some more moisture, more snow for our mountain towns. Today, though, it is going to be dry across Colorado once again. 27 degrees outside in Denver right now. Winds will stay relatively calm through the day. No inclement weather expected. A very quiet pattern will stick with us for the next few days. And your hourly planner, if you're getting outside by lunchtime, 54 degrees in Denver with highs topping out in the high 50s to around 60 here in town. That includes Fort Collins, Greeley, down through Colorado Springs, Steamboat Springs, expecting highs in the 40s. And so if you're skiing, no fresh snow, unfortunately, but by first chair we'll still be in the 20s with the last around 40s expected. Hanging out in the backyard, we're talking grilling weather with 50s through at least 5 o'clock. We'll warm up even more as we get through the first little bit of this week ahead of our next storm system. We'll talk more about the next chance of snow coming up.
A plea from health officials this morning to keep wearing your mask and continue to social distance so we don't overwhelm our hospitals. That is the latest message. The state says 1 in every 40 Coloradans are contagious right now. That's the highest level of community spread in our state since the pandemic began, if you can believe that. Here's how our hospital system is doing right now. More than 1,800 beds are being used by coronavirus patients, which is down a little, actually, from the peak this week. Colorado added more than 5,000 new cases yesterday. We've had more than 3,000 each day in the month of December.
And cases are also on the rise across the United States. In just the first 5 days of December, more than 1 million people have tested positive. 20 states hit records for new cases. More than 281,000 people have died, and more than 100,000 are in the hospital. Despite the spike in cases, there is some good news. The FDA will meet this week to determine if it will give emergency use authorization to the first coronavirus vaccine. If that happens, Colorado could see its first vaccines later this week. Denver7 Sean Toll is live for us in the newsroom to explain how Colorado will roll out the vaccine. Sean.
Yeah, Katie, Colorado leaders submitted their request to the CDC for a shipment of the Pfizer vaccine. Now, the state requested nearly 47,000 doses, and that's because our state makes up a little under 2% of the U.S. population. So because of that, we'll only get about 2% of the available vaccine because of the federal government's allocation guidelines. Now, this is all still hinging on the FDA's decision to greenlight the vaccine. And having the vaccine available is one thing, but getting it to people to take is a whole nother story. A survey by A Healthier Colorado found 60% of people in our state plan to get an FDA-approved shot, if it's approved, at no cost. 21% do not plan to get it, and 19% are unsure. Little is known about the long-term side effects from these shots, and Dr. Anthony Fauci in general said 90% of negative effects from the vaccines show up in the first 6 weeks. Now, shipping those vaccines around the world is going to be tricky, especially because of the extreme cold storage that they require, and the Pfizer's vaccine will need to be stored at negative 94 degrees. And for that reason, dry ice companies are in high demand. And for now, any ultra cold storage locations will be kept confidential due to safety and security reasons. Back to you.
Sean, thank you. For Colorado stores, this is a critical time of year. Holiday shopping can account for nearly half of yearly sales at some stores. But this year, with new capacity caps and social distancing, stores need more than in-person sales to survive. So at the Stanley Marketplace in Aurora, staff are driving web sales with a new online portal. They're even making local deliveries with an electric cart.
It's like Stanley Prime, our version of bringing small business goods to local folks in the neighborhood.
It's a huge deal, and we are so grateful to the community for embracing this.
So you can get 24-hour delivery in a 6-mile radius from the Stanley Marketplace, or you can have your order shipped instead.
The Broncos are looking to pull off an upset tonight in Kansas City. They're taking on the Chiefs. Yeah, the defending Super Bowl champs, by the way, and they come into tonight at a 10-game winning streak, the Chiefs. They're on fire right now. When the teams met in October, the Chiefs blew out the Broncos 43-16. Denver7's Troy Rank will look at keys to the game coming up in sports. Kickoff from Arrowhead Stadium is set for 6:20. Defensive tackle Michael Purcell will be wearing some tricked-out cleats for tonight's game. The Highlands Ranch native will carry the name of 4 local veterans on his cleats. He spoke to those veterans over video chat.
We're in the spotlight on the football field, and we get all this glam and glory. It's nothing compared to you guys, and you guys should be the ones that should feel appreciated.
This is the second year in a row Purcell chose to support the Wounded Warrior Project with the design on his shoes. And by the way, Denver7 is the place to be for Monday Night Football. We'll have the Bills 49ers game starting at 6 tomorrow night. We'll follow that with a special edition of Denver7 News when the game wraps up.